Welcome to this behind the scenes of the Unicity business call. I'm so glad that you're here or listening in on the replay. It is New Year's Day, January 1st. So thanks for being here on a holiday or making time to listen to this today. So appreciate you being here. And I have to say that I really do believe that this is something that could really be life-changing for you, a game changer for you, and make some magic happen in your 2025. So I don't know if this is a fit for you. This is not necessarily for everyone, but this has been something that has totally transformed my life and given me an opportunity to help a lot of other people. I'm just going to turn the waiting room off if I can, just to make sure people can get in. Okay, sorry about that. So I want to give you like 2 minutes of background on a little bit about who I am. So my name's Brittany Zedick. I have been a hairdresser for 23 years and really a couple years ago went to coach training, got coach certified, and started focusing specifically on health. My father passed away from colon cancer at age 60. And when we got his diagnosis, we learned a lot about what was going on prior to his diagnosis that were maybe warning signs. And we just didn't know that. We didn't realize that his high blood pressure or high cholesterol, or the fact that he was always on a diet, his skin condition, psoriasis, those all seemed like separate issues, most of which were pretty age appropriate, and he was being cared for by doctors. And so we just thought his health was actually fine. And when he got this diagnosis, we were shocked. We learned a ton about possible ways to save him or reverse his cancer or something like that. And unfortunately for him, it was too late. His cancer was too progressed. But in general, it taught me something that I now can't unlearn. And I feel like there are so many people out there struggling with their health. And if I can let people know of something that they can do today to avoid a path like that, that is my mission. I truly believe that this is something that's going to change the world. Not very many people know about it, especially in America. And I'm on a mission to change that. I want there to be a day where you walk in to the or to a restaurant and people are getting up from their table and there are empty balance packets on the counter, and you realize that everybody knows the scientific benefits of starting their meals with fiber. So if you don't know anything about the Feel Great system, don't worry, I'm going to explain that too. But we have found something that has 4 patents on it. It cannot be copied. It is working better than medication in many cases for things like blood pressure control, cholesterol balance, weight management, blood sugar balance, gut health, mental health, and nobody really knows about it. So if that's interesting to you, stick around. Maybe you've been using the system for a while and you found yourself just naturally talking about it or referring it. And if that's the case, or if one or more person in your family is using this, partnering with Unicity might just mathematically make sense for you. So I'm going to show you all of that, let you think about it, and you can decide what you think. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let's see here. Sorry, it's just going to take me a second. Perfect. All right, so here we go. So I want you to look, just if you'll look at this chart, this little graph that you see here, you may have seen this before. Maybe you've heard of insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is definitely getting a lot of buzz right now. People are talking about it more and more. Some people know what it means. Other people don't really know what it means. But you are going to know more about insulin resistance by the end of this call than 99% of Americans. If you look at this chart right here, each of these symptoms or diagnoses are all rooted in insulin resistance. So for example, diabetes, cancer, polycystic, not all cancers, but most, I want to throw that caveat out there, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fatty liver, heart disease, high blood pressure, Alzheimer's, migraines or headaches, erectile dysfunction for men, neuropathy, and obesity. Okay. These all come back to the same root problem of insulin resistance. So when you're looking at this little wheel and you think about, most of us have been with family over the holidays this last little bit. So think about your last family gathering, about how many people there are struggling with one or more of these things, if you had to guess. And if you're in a safe spot, you're not driving or something, and you want to hop in the chat and actually tell me, what percentage would you say of your family is dealing with one or more of these things? Or if you have a super fit family and they really don't deal with these things, think about going to Walmart or Target or something like that, and you look around. What percentage of the people would you say are struggling with one or more of these things? And keep that number in mind. I have actually looked into this deeply because I find that the percentage seems to be high in my own life and in my own world. And that would be true because the most recent study that was done in America showed that 93% of Americans have bad or damaged metabolic health. It's only 7% that have good metabolic health. So if you feel like most people you know are struggling, they are not alone. And if you're struggling with your health, you are not alone. And it's not really your fault. We've really been set up for failure, which we'll talk about a little bit. Some of these things, these obesity, diabetes, cancer, these things on this pinwheel, those, a lot of them we can see on a lab test if we went to the doctor. But there are early signs of insulin resistance that don't meet the eye necessarily, and that you may not see on your lab test. You may have gone to the doctor and your doctor says everything looks good, but you have anxiety or depression. Maybe you have irritable bowel syndrome. Maybe you have acne or other skin issues like eczema or psoriasis. Maybe you have just a constant need for snacking. Maybe you feel hungry literally all the time. Even when you've recently eaten, a couple hours later, you find yourself back in the kitchen looking for a little something. Maybe you've noticed that your waist circumference has increased. Skin tags, skin pigmentation issues, high birth weight babies, low birth weight babies. These are all indicators that we are starting down this road of insulin resistance, even just low energy. Okay. So insulin resistance doesn't affect every single cell of your body all at once. It affects different people different ways. So where one person might have polycystic ovarian syndrome, that's insulin resistance of the ovaries, another person is dealing with migraines. And it's just that the cells that insulin resistance is manifesting in, okay? So this is very common. It's extremely prevalent. And whenever you're looking for any type of product or business venture, it is very wise for you to choose something that has a big problem that you can help solve. And that is true in this case. So this is not something that I just have an opinion about it working. This is something that has been thoroughly studied at very reputable universities. Rexall Drugs is what Unicity used to be named, but there are studies from the Cleveland Clinic. The Cleveland Clinic is the top heart hospital in America. University of Sydney, they know more about diabetes than any other university. Brigham Young University, UNLV, Stanford, these are just to name a few. The studies that have been done on this system. So, like I said, 5 patents, safe and natural. It's guaranteed. There is a 90-day money-back guarantee. We actually recommend that people do lab tests so that they can prove and measure what has happened for them since they have been using the system. And it's cost neutral. And I want to explain what I mean by that. So I'll get to that. But it's in over 50 countries. The system is affordable for everyone. not only can you use your HSA or your FSA card to purchase Unimate and Balance, the Feel Great system, which we'll talk about in just a second, but you can also, even if you don't have that as part of your health insurance plan, you can also have it be completely cost neutral. And the reason that this system is cost neutral is because it costs about $5 a day. That comes out to be $159 per month. But the way that we recommend that you use it is by skipping breakfast. So you get 3 packets a day, okay? The first one you're going to drink in place of your first meal. So if you're skipping breakfast, you got to think about how much money is that saving you. If you even just go to get coffee somewhere these days, you can't get a beverage for under $5 most places. Definitely not breakfast. So if you take the $5 to $10 that you're saving in breakfast and put it towards these 3 products that you're going to take per day, you literally are at even financially. But I have actually found that I save money because I used to buy all the best snacks, all the organic, most high quality items as my snacks, and those are expensive. And I don't snack anymore because in between my lunch and dinner, I sip on more of this Unimate. And this is a yerba mate concentrate that kind of makes you forget about food. And so I've got that instead of my snacks. And so now it is totally cost neutral for me. So I want to explain to you a little bit about what the 2 parts of this system do for you. I already kind of explained how you use it. In the morning, you sip on the yerba mate, then you have a lunch, and then you have more yerba mate. And then before your heaviest meal of the day, you're going to drink Balance, which is a fiber supplement. But let's first talk about the Unimate, the first part of the system. Unimate is fantastic. People call it willpower in a packet. And the main reason that it gets referenced as that is because it's fantastic for making you forget about food. It actually turns down food noise. And so they did a study on this because some people say, well, I am fine just fasting with water. I don't mind skipping breakfast. I don't really need any help skipping breakfast or fasting through a meal per day. And so we looked at that. Okay, what if you just fast with water? So in this study, the control was water, and they put it next to Unimate. Well, when you drink Unimate instead of just water in a fasted state, it increases your body's production of the GLP-1 hormone by 60 to 70%. Most people that are struggling with their metabolic health are deficient. If you're listening right now and you have heard of GLP-1s, semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, tirzepatide, all those different forms of synthetic GLP-1 that people are using to help them lose weight, they're injecting it. It works. And it works for most people because it is an artificial way to make you forget about food. But when you sip on Unimate, you forget about food naturally because your body produces more of this hormone naturally. Incredible, outstanding. Before I move on to the Balance, I do want to also add that this helps with liver function, muscle function. It is really awesome when it comes to shrinking fat cells. It makes your mind clear. It gives you focus. It has so many benefits. The Balance, that's the fiber, okay? You've probably tried or you know of fiber supplements that are at your local CVS or Walgreens or, your local pharmacy. You can buy a fiber supplement. This is very different. This one has been studied, like I said, at incredible universities where we found that you can have a 34 to 37% reduction in your blood glucose spike. Now, if you're not diabetic, you might not have any idea why that would matter or what the significance is. Trust me, if you care about anti-aging, if you care about your energy levels, if you care about cellular energy and fueling your body properly, this is a big deal. And if somebody is pre-diabetic or diabetic, This is the difference between them eating food and then walking around the corner to jab themselves with insulin so that they don't eventually lose their feet. Or they just drink this and it lowers their blood sugar spike. It has over 7 different forms of plant fiber and it helps fortify your gut microbes. It's fantastic. The different fibers inside Balance, because there's over 7 different forms, they all do different things. Some of them lower triglycerides, others lower cholesterol, some help with blood sugar balance. They all kind of have a different job to do. This is big. We need the diversity, and Balance gives you that. It's fantastic. There's a reason that it has 4 patents on it. Okay, so the cool thing is that both of these products, both the Unimate and the Balance, by name are in the PDR, the Physician's Desk Reference. This is something that your doctor can look at to see the effectiveness of these products. Every medication you can think of is listed in this PDR, and your doctor can look up your medication. You can look online and look up any medication that you're taking, and you can see the side effects. You can see what medications shouldn't be taken together, and you can find Unimate and Balance in there. Now, not any other fiber supplement that I'm aware of is in this PDR, as well as yerba mate, okay? Just yerba mate alone is not listed here. But because of the patent blend and the clinical trials, there is proof that this works. My husband went to his doctor and said he wanted to get off his statin medication. And his doctor said, I've never heard of this stuff. Sounds like a scam. And he was able to show her the study by the Cleveland Clinic. And the study, this was their concluding statement. They said such a product, if taken regularly, could reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis and potentially decrease the need and or dose for lipid-lowering prescription drugs. So if you don't know what lipid-lowering prescription drugs are, those are statins. And you have the Cleveland Clinic saying that you may not need those medications if you use this system. That's huge. My husband was able to completely get off his statin, drop 25 pounds, feels better than he ever has. Never was able to intermittent fast before this. Okay, so there are other stories I want to briefly show you. Cody, longtime friend of my brother, lost 52 pounds. It's very obvious to see a weight difference, but I want to point out that that is definitely the bonus of his story, but not the meat of his story. He was suffering from depression. He had all kinds of inflammation. He was really struggling with IBS, and all of this was resolved when he was able to improve his gut health and get his metabolic health in order. All of that is connected. This is Katie. She's one of my dear friends. We do each other's hair for the last 24, 25 years. She has polycystic ovarian syndrome. She was pre-diabetic. She had high cholesterol. She was on thyroid medication. She was actually on metformin for 20 plus years. Her A1C is now normal. Her PCOS symptoms are gone, and she's lost 100 pounds. She's off her metformin. She doesn't take her thyroid medication. It has truly been life-changing for her, life-giving for her. This last one is Ro. Her A1C was a 14, over 14, and now it's down to a 5.9. So that's severely type 2 diabetic to pre-diabetic, and she's continuing to reverse, make a U-turn on that diagnosis. So I have seen this work fantastically for people. And if you have been using it, you can also pop in the chat and tell me, like, what has it done for you so far? I would love to hear what some of the benefits for you so far on the system have been. It's been fantastic for me. I've gotten off my acne medication. It's boosted my mood. It's given me more energy. It's improved my gut health. I'm a lifer. Like, I can't say enough about how much better I feel being able to comfortably intermittent fast and utilize this. So the business side. Some of you are like, okay, I know, I've heard, I've already used the product. I know it's great. How do I join as a partner? What does that look like? So I'm going to get into that part of it. So we have 5 patents. We have the clinical studies. It's safe and natural. It's guaranteed. It's in over 50 countries. But the most important thing is we know how to sell this. We have figured it out. In fact, if you already have an existing business or if you're in communication with people in any regard, which all of us are in some regard, we can show you how to comfortably and naturally incorporate this. This is a business model unlike anything I have ever seen before. This is called a digital franchise. Okay. That was a new word for me. Maybe you've heard of a digital franchise, but I had not. It is better than affiliate marketing. It is better than network marketing. It's better than franchising, but it has little components of each of these. So I'm going to explain that. When you refer customers, you get paid every time they purchase. So not just on their first order. With affiliate marketing, you get paid on their first order. But if they continue buying something for years after, or they refer friends, it doesn't come back to you. With this, it all comes back to you because there's a digital tag attached to every person who purchases through your link. You make $20 to $25 every time they order on their orders and on anybody they refers orders. So if somebody orders through me and then they get their sister to use it and they have their husband using it, on all of those orders, I am going to get paid the $20 to $25. And this is indefinitely, forever, they pay you. Doesn't matter how many customers you have, they pay you on it. So as a customer, which most of you are right now, just customers, you can refer people to use the system and the company will give you $10 of product credit for your referrals, which is a great bonus. We have a lot of happy customers who just want to refer here and there and get the $10 of product credit every time their friend or family member orders. But you could instead be getting $20 to $25 of cash. So this is a big difference, right? And if you're looking at this as a way to chip into your personal product costs every month, you might as well get double by becoming a partner. You get paid on ongoing orders like I explained before, but I'm going to give you a little visual. If you have 10 customers, which is what we want to help you do, that's the recommended amount right there, 10 customers. If you think you have 10 people who could benefit from this system, it is a no-brainer for you to do this. You'd make $250 a month. And so that alone would make it worth your while. But if you have 100 customers, you make $2,500. If you have 1,000 customers, 25,000. You get the point. There's no limit. If you have 10 customers, like I said, that's kind of the golden amount. If you can get 10 customers, you're going to get $250 a month. Your product is essentially free and you get an extra $100. So think about for a minute who you might know that could benefit from this. Maybe there's people in your own household. I mean, in the beginning, when we were talking about our family members at a reunion, you may have 10 just from that list right there. The other way that this business works is the franchise side of things. So you can refer not just customers, but partners. So if you have a business where you have 10 customers, you can then show somebody else how to go get 10 customers. And this is how that works. Sometimes you'll have a happy customer who is naturally referring. And instead of you making the money on their customers, they want to make the money on their customers. This is brilliant because you guys know people that I don't know. You have influence over people that I don't. And this will happen for you too. You will have customers who have influence over people that you don't know. Every new partner that has customers, they make the full $20 to $25 on their customers, but you will make a leveraged income. You're going to make $2 to $10 on your partner's customers, which is awesome. This is leveraged income. This is a way that you can make money while you sleep. My friend Katie that I explained earlier, the one that's a hairdresser that we do each other's hair, that's PCOS is gone and she's lost 100 pounds. She's sharing about this all the time. And she is making sales while I am sleeping sometimes. And I'm making money on those because I'm teaching her exactly how to do this. She's making the lion's share of the money because they're her customers, of course. But like I said, I can't reach everyone. I'm looking for people. I'm looking for the right people who could see themselves sharing about this and helping spread the word about this. So the success formula in this business is very simple. You use the product yourself to build your own personal product story. You get 10 to 20 customers, which I will show you exactly how to do. You will duplicate that with partners. Once you've done it, you can show somebody else how to do it. And if you would like to use social media, then you can supercharge all of this. We are very good at social media, and I will show you exactly what to do so that you can do this with social media, if that's of interest to you. Not everybody wants the social media idea, but we know how to do it for free to be really successful. So just as an example, we have people that are on my team who are making $250 a month, and they're thrilled. Like I said, their product is free. They are helping 10 other people have good results and improve their health, and they make an extra $100 a month. We have people who are making $5,000 a month. We have people who are making $50,000 a month. That's what's so amazing about this business is you get to decide how big or little you want it to be, how big or small you want to scale this. When I came into this, I thought it would be cool to make a couple extra $1,000 a month. And I had no idea that it had potential to grow at the point that it has now grown, where I've never made monthly money like this in my life. And if I had to go back and do hair, the transactional income of I do your hair, you pay me. I don't do your hair, you don't pay me. Then I started doing coaching and it was the same thing. It was transactional income. But now I'm able to reach people on a bigger scale and help people all over the world and make money in such a bigger way, in the most altruistic, like, I don't know the best word. It is wholesome when you know you're improving the quality of somebody's life and it happens to also make you money. So I want to stop just really quick and tell you that if you yourself plan on using the system for the foreseeable future, if you have anybody else in your household that is using the system, if you know a couple people that could benefit from this system, it is a no-brainer for you to join as a partner, especially right now, because we have this challenge, this 30-day challenge coming up, and that is going to make it very easy for you to get your business off the ground. So I'm going to explain exactly what you would need to do to join as a partner. And remember that I'm not looking for everyone. I'm looking for the right people who could see in themselves a desire to help others with their health, because that's really what I spend most of my day doing. Okay. And I'm just looking here. Thank you so much for those who are commenting. Brooke Strebe saying that she, since using the system, has had more energy and focus, clearer skin, vertigo's almost gone, less hot flashes, sleep is better, she feels great, everything's better. Plus, she's lost 22 pounds since September. That's incredible, Brooke. Congratulations. Jody says that thank you, Jody. She says she's so grateful to be part of this team. And I so appreciate that. I'm so grateful. And I am very invested in making sure that my teammates succeed. I have a very simple structure that I can show you to help get you on the way to have success with this. So this is how you join. And I didn't say this before, but I'm glad this just popped up. I want to make sure I tell you that I highly recommend that you consider if you have 5 or 10 hours a week to put into this. I have people who don't have 5 to 10 hours a week, and they just don't make as much money, right? I just want to be clear that if you don't have some time and effort to invest into this, then you're probably not going to make $5,000 a month. But if you have 5 to 10 hours a week, then I can show you exactly what to do. Okay. So to join as a Unicity partner, the way that we do that is by purchasing what's called a business in a box. Okay. It's $15.49. And with that, you get a 10-pack. This 10-pack comes with 10 one-month supplies for a brand new customer. So it has the diamond bottle. It's a starter kit as if you're brand new. You get 10 of those, okay? You get actually 10 of those for the price of 9. So this right here is going to save you money. Even if you use this yourself over the next 10 months, you've now gotten a discount on your product. And if you end up referring it, it will just be a bonus. But of course, that's not what I recommend. I recommend that you use this so that now you can start building a business. You unlock the $25 whenever every time somebody orders through your link. But with this 10 pack, this starter kit, this is a one-time investment. So it's the only time that you're going to have product at your house that you're going to do something with. And the reason that we do this is so that you will start building stories immediately. With this challenge that we have, everybody's looking for something right now, something to jumpstart their health for 2025. This challenge starts January 8th. So you have time to buy your 10 pack, get it into your hands while you're waiting for the shipping to happen, pre-sell. Sell those kits to people you know that want to join you in this 30-day challenge, this Facebook challenge. In order to join this Facebook challenge group that we have, you have to have a feel great system. So if they buy one from you, then they can get admitted into this group and get this 30-day support health challenge for free. We have food guides and fasting calendars and daily learning, and it is the best way to start using the system. So you could just simply recuperate your investment in the first week. And that's what I would want to help you do. So you're going to start building stories through those people. But you're also going to gain access to our mentoring and our tools, product mentoring, business mentoring, social media mentoring. We know how to sell this, and we will show you exactly what to do. Now, some of you are interested in the social media side. You like the idea of selling, showing, teaching to people that you don't know, and you don't love talking to people that you do know about this. And others of you are the opposite. You'd rather talk to people you know, and the whole social media thing freaks you out. Either way is fine. We're going to show you what to do either way. But I did want to give you an example here of some people who, when they started, had 0 followers, like myself, had never stepped foot on some of these social media platforms and built it from the ground up without spending a dollar. And I have now helped so many partners. I don't know what the exact number is, so I didn't want to throw out a fake number, but dozens of partners do the same thing. Build a platform from 0 to thousands to tens of thousands of followers from all over the world, where they are now able to teach and help them with this. Now, if you don't know what to teach them or how to do it, leave that to me. Trust me, I will show you exactly what to do, and I'll make this easy for you. But we can show you how to market to people and get leads. We figured it all out. So this is essentially how you join as a partner. I think I've told you everything there is to know. If you have any questions, feel free to pop in the chat and ask any questions that you have, or come off mute. I'm happy to answer any questions. But that's it. And I've given you a lot to think about. And I realize that, you might be like me, where you have a little bit of an itch and you'd like to do something new and you'd like to make a difference, and you don't really know what that looks like, and you don't necessarily want to show up to a job where you have to be clock in and clock out. You want to work on your own time. You want to be able to travel. You want to help with your own children, or whatever your case is. That's how it was for me. I wanted the flexibility, but I also wanted like a real business where I am making monthly income that can pay my bills. And if that's something that you're interested in, you've come to the right place. And if on top of that, you like helping people, this really could be for you. So if I don't see any questions, then I'm going to end this meeting. Thank you all for joining. And please circle back with me or whoever invited you to watch this, and let them know what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And if you're feeling skeptical, if you have any hesitation, feel free to let me know. I've heard it all, so you can't hurt my feelings. I would love to know, like, what makes you skeptical about this, and we'll just see if it's something that I might have an answer for, or if it's just not for you. So,
Brittany,
yes, go ahead.
I have a really quick question.
Yes.
Um, so if